Well, I was chatting with Chris recently, and he was saying that he'd come to the museum originally in 1964 when he called up to volunteer his services for the museum. And for many years, he and the firm he founded provided legal services for the museum on a complimentary basis. And you can imagine my surprise in coming to St. Louis in 1999 and learning that I had an 88-year-old museum counsel.
I visited with Chris recently, and we reminisced about some of his experiences that got him interested originally in art, in the classics, his studies at Harvard that got him interested in art as well as literature, and he told me about his classes in Greek and Latin at Harvard. Well, you used to continue to read Greek, didn't you, for many years? Latin as well?
Menionais, Theophileia, Dioghileus, Ulamein, Mordecaius, Alga, Theka, Greek.
Yes, well, impressive.
You know, Chris has a great love of literature, and this literary sort of feeling comes through the works that he's acquired for his own collection. But as a student of the classics, of course, he's deeply steeped in Greek and Roman mythology, which of course you can read in the original ancient Greek and Latin, and takes great pride in doing so.
In 2006, Chris donated 2 landscapes that he bought, both dated the year 1787. And when I was visiting with him recently, we did talk about the Joseph Wright of Derby landscape. It is such an extraordinarily beautiful and unusual landscape.
This is, you see the moonlight and this bent over and the castle and the, I think this is a more unusual picture.
Chris has been an exemplary donor to the museum, not only supporting the museum financially and giving great works from his personal collection, but also assisting us in acquiring works of art for the museum. So this is somebody who's had now almost a century-long involvement with the museum from the very earliest years of his life to just this afternoon he'll be here. And Chris, as you know, was 100 years old last week. So it's now going on into its 2nd century of involvement.
Well, Chris, you know, every time I go into the galleries, I'm reminded of how generous you've been in so many ways, but particularly with the 2 paintings.
I have to say that our involvement with Chris is really our involvement with a great gentleman from a past generation, and it is wonderful. Oh, he's terrific. He's been just a wonderful supporter, a great counselor, and a dear, dear friend.